Great Swamp in 5-2, where an NPC has decided to show up now that we've defeated all of the bosses without losing any world tendency.
Why, you are one of the sane ones, are you not? I am Selen of the West. I seek my brother, Garl Vinland, the knight who accompanied Saint Estraya on her travels. I believe they settled here. If you happen to see my younger brother, please tell me. I must share with him the last words of our father. I heard an unflattering rumor about Saint Estraya. Have you met that herb-peddling woman? She claims that Saint Estraya is herself a demon. That woman has no reason to lie. Surely she must be mistaken. I find something odd about this place. It brims with grime, but at once feels strangely pure.
The NPC introduces herself as Selen Vinland, older sibling of Garl Vinland, Estraya's guardian. Due to our protagonist being mute, we can't share with her the story of what happened, so we'll have to do some investigating of the boss room to see if we can find some other way. Standing in the exact same spot, a black phantom Garl Vinland has appeared. I guess even in death he doesn't want to leave Estraya's side. Well, we already did this, so it shouldn't be too bad a second time. Oh boy. The encounter with Black Phantom Garl Vinland is no different from the regular fight with him, besides the fact that he might do a lot more damage, so I'm going to save a bit of time by speeding this up. This time he drops a weapon called Brammed and the Crest of Vinland. The Crest of Vinland is a small, intricately decorated crest. The design represents Vinland. Definitely not the most interesting of item descriptions, but this should serve as proof of his fate to Selen. Brammed is a dreadfully enormous coarse iron hammer. One of Vinland's treasures, its distortion, is the mark of an old giant killer, and it increases the wielder's resistance to plague and poison. Even so, it is difficult to use even with both hands if the wielder has normal human strength. Let's head back to Selen.
This crest, that is a Vinland heirloom meant for my younger brother. So, my brother and Estraya have both strayed from the path of God. The poor souls. Perhaps their hearts were too pure. M'Bassa. Oh, traveling warrior. I hesitate to ask, but can you part with that crest? Garl has strayed from the path of righteousness, but I wish to have the heirloom in honor of our Vinland blood. I shall reward you in kind. Thank you, kind warrior. As Garl's sister, I express my deepest thanks for your honoring of his name. Please accept this. It was intended for my brother, but now it should belong to you. May the angels gaze favorably upon you. M'Bassa.
For completing this quest and giving up the Crest of Vinland, we're given the Ring of Devout Prayer, which lets us learn an extra miracle as long as the ring is equipped. The Crest of Vinland can't be used for anything else, so there's no reason not to give it to Selen. As a side note, you can only get that ring if your faith is at 10 or above. If it's below that, you get a single dark moon grass. With that, we can say goodbye to the Valley of Defilement and finally start the approach to the final part of the game by returning to World 1. The Archstone of the Demon Tower Knight. Inside Boletaria's gates, where the streets intertwine, lies a trap set by the Fat Official, an embodiment of old King Alan's madness. Let's finally see what's behind that fog. I wanted to equip the Dark Silver Shield, but it's not really worth using until I get the strength to make it effective. There's that guy again. Wonder where he ran off to. The dogs that ambush you here blend in with the gray corpses on the ground really well, but it's one of those tricks that you can only fall for once. There is a path down that way, but we're going to save it for later. Here's another trick you only fall for once, but it's a pretty good one. And the loot that you die to get is just a slave shield for a bit of added salt in the wound. I've always felt so sorry for that poor guy. He was just trying to do his job, and those types of deaths are always the most tragic. Anyway, the Fat Official is just mocking us at this point, so we have to find another way around. These enemies are pretty slow. Alone, they don't pose too much of a threat. Down these stairs is just a path that leads us to where we can drop down right here, so let's take the quick way as this lone archer tries to hit us. Oh, he got us. Good job. There's actually another one further ahead that'll try to get us too. quite like this area squared off by the pool of water. I want to check out the path I usually ignore just for memory's sake. This assassin enemy is very, very squishy, and he drops a secret throwing dagger. Not so secret anymore, I think. Yeah, and now we're back up here. Let's continue. It's really silly how often the enemies of World 1 rely on big boulders to try and stop you. It's like, oh, the regular one down the narrow path didn't work. Okay, let's light that thing on fire and try it again a few times. I completely forgot that this red-eye knight was even here. Scared me pretty bad. Well, I guess that's what I get for relying on magic to carry me. Hopefully the next attempt will go more smoothly. Thanks a lot for watching.